Hey guys, welcome to Rookie Mistake Monday recap. Look, just wanted to address straight off the bat, guys. I've had about 50 messages on Instagram and different other platforms, emails and text messages, just asking me what's got on TikTok. So I have been banned on TikTok. I've tried to get back on there a couple of times since I was banned. I've appealed it, but looks like it's pretty difficult to get back on there. So if you're following me, try and follow me on Instagram, YouTube or Facebook. Now the official reason for the ban was for gambling, if you could believe that. No gambling was ever done by me on there. I only gave out tips. The settings were always 18 plus, so I didn't want kids seeing my content and getting involved. And I've always been an advocate for responsible gambling. So ultimately I had 10,000 followers, thousands of hours work, and I'm not going to say it's not disappointing. It is disappointing. Did someone report me? You know, I'm not quite sure. I used to get, TikTok used to reach out to me to promote some of my videos, and I always didn't want to pay them at the end of the day to sort of promote and get a fast track on followers and what have you. So maybe that came into it, I'm not sure. But my only other breach had been for using a cardboard cutout of Taylor Swift, which I'd done at my child's birthday party. I used it as a bit of a gag, and they breached me for that. Now, the irony of being banned for gambling by the Chinese is not lost on me. They are the biggest gamblers in the world. Also not buying this bullshit that China is being the dictators of societal morals and etiquette. This is the country that implemented the barbaric one-child policy, and also, perhaps worse, introduced the world to Jackie Chan and his thousands of D-grade films. So they've subjected a lot of pain on society, and this is just adding to that. I'd put banning Rookie Mistake TikTok right up there with those two. And yeah, not happy, Jan, not happy at all. I've tried to get back on there, and it seems almost impossible. Yeah, so very disappointing. Feels like being given out LBW when I've just flushed the ball, absolutely middled it. They've given me a LBW, but we bat on, guys. I'll make Rookie Mistake a juggernaut again on these other platforms, like it was on TikTok. Now, if the Yanks end up buying TikTok, then there's a chance I might get back on there. But that's all I've got to say about that. Don't want to give them any more airtime, and you know, at the end of the day, fuck you, TikTok. Really pissed me off, and but it is what it is. You got to accept the umpire's decision. And that's certainly what we've done. Now let's have a quick chat about Friday night. We had a win on Friday night, the Rookie Mistakers out there, the super subs. If you do want to get involved, rookiemistakepod@gmail.com. A couple of spots there. I think there's about 4 spots available. So if you want to get involved, no better time, 120. And we are going to have a huge month. I have no doubt about that. I'll get to that in a second. We've got some big races coming up over the next couple of weeks, the next week in particular. Now, just touching on Friday night, Vinrock. Now, the reason I wasn't tipping Vinrock, and the reason I tipped West of Swindon and went against it, is Vinrock can throw in a bad run. And a lot of his wins, he's been very comfortable in the run and not really pressured. You know, Valley, when you draw them wide, you're going to cop a little bit of interference. So I think West of Swindon's a progressive horse. Now, Memo was a huge run. We found that as a 2-year-old. I'll get to that protest in a second. I think it should have been upheld. And just while we're on that subject, so the racing, how do I put this? So the rules of racing, protests and what have you, haven't changed for over 100 years. So Memo, in this case, he's the runner-up. That horse has been essentially assaulted in the run, and the stewards are not convinced that the runner-up who suffered the interference would have made up the subsequent ground to overturn the decision. Now, I've always thought that rule's fucked up. Here's why. That's like the opposite of the justice system, where the defendant is guilty and must prove why he's innocent. They've got it totally tits up, totally backwards. It should be the winner who caused the interference must prove beyond a reasonable doubt why he should keep the race. Because the runner-up, in this case Memo, who lost his opportunity to win the race, now has to prove something that is immersed in conjecture. You can never really prove that you would have made up that ground. However, he didn't cause the interference to begin with. So it's a make-believe setup. The whether it would have made up the ground or not made up the ground, missing the point that its opportunity was taken away. It's like imprisoning a child at the age of 4 for its entire life, and then asking the child, well, the adult by that stage, to prove it would have been successful in its life. So the protest rules are wrong and fucked up. It's like punching someone in the face and then getting you to explain to me why you didn't deserve it. Those rules need to change. They've been the same rules for 100 years. It's also the one where if you go third versus first and the protest is upheld, your third horse goes to second, even though your third horse would have finished where the winner was. And you know what they say to that, the stewards? This is how fucked up racing is in this country. The stewards say, yeah, but we don't want to disadvantage the second horse. You're not fucking disadvantaging the second horse. The second horse ran second. The third horse would have beaten the winner. The second horse has got nothing to do with it. So why should the second horse be given the race? The rules are fucked up. We're not doing the same stuff we were doing 100 years ago. Those rules need to change. Get better racing. That's all I got to say about that. But it really pissed me off. I didn't even back Memo on Friday night, but we love the horse. We've backed it in the Magic Millions and other races, and I feel that it should have won. And I also thought Nash was just insipid in the protest hearing. You know, umming and ahhing. You've got to go in there with some confidence, man. You just go in there. I mean, I think it was Lockie Neindorf was the other jockey who would have wiped the floor with him, like Johnny Cochran up against some dick squeezer. I just would have been like, this guy. Yeah, he's 22 years old. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's checked me on the turn, taken my run. I definitely would have won. Nash was in there whispering. Don't know what's happened to the bloke, but yeah, very, very weird, that whole setup. And then the 80-year-old steward coming in and saying, yes, we're not convinced that it would have taken up. They wonder why young people aren't following racing anymore. I can't imagine a young person sitting there watching an 80-year-old come and explain why we've made the decision. Get better racing, find better people, or at least find someone with a brain and a personality. That would suffice. That's enough about that. On to Pride of Jenny. Absolute marvel. Also, I don't think enough is made about Kira Ma's training performance there. Absolutely sublime. Treasure the moment, coming off a virus. $1.50 was poison. I don't know. Literally watched a couple of the preview shows where they tipped Treasure the Moment as a good thing, and then they said, but it's coming off a virus, so we're not sure. Well, which one is it? Is it a good thing or isn't it? $1.50 was poison. I'm saying that, I don't think the horse is as great as everyone thinks it is. Lady Shenandoah, that's been walled. I don't know why he took it down there. Greed, probably. Caesar Drew wide, I would have scratched it. Was always going to get trapped off the track, and particularly when you have rails on fire, that was a nightmare. So it's probably fucked it for the whole campaign now. But you can't criticise Chris. You can't criticise Chris because no one does. Now the Golden Rose, Woderton ran well, but just a little bit flat. I mean, we expected it to maybe win with that kind of run. Nepotism's, I don't know, maybe gone. Tempted, ran huge. Autumn Boy, watch for the golden switch when Jay Collett comes off Autumn Boy and someone like J Mac jumps on a proper jockey, and that's where you'll get the massive uplift. Now, on to Saturday. Huge day of racing coming up this Saturday. Gave out to the super subs out there as a futures bet, Aliana in the Turnbull at $11. So we're praying that Chris sticks to his gun. He said yesterday Via and Aliana are running in the Turnbull. So we're hoping he wasn't lying, and we hope that the horse runs there because I have no fear of Via Sistina. I think up to 2,000 Aliana can beat it. I do see that Aliana's also entered in the Might and Power Stakes, so fuck knows what he's thinking doing that. From there, he reckons both will go to the Cox Plate. I'm hoping that Aliana goes to the Caulfield Cup. Although I'm on Aliana at 50s in the Cox Plate, I've got a much better result at 33-1 in the Caulfield Cup. So that's pretty much it for me for the Monday recap. TikTok can get fucked. Not happy about it, but look, we bat on, and it'll take a lot more than that to stop the rookie mistake train. Thanks to all the subs out there who have supported me. We're sort of getting back into some form. I felt like, you know, it's one step forward, one step back. We start to make some inroads, and then we have a pretty shit day. So pretty confident this month is going to be big, and I can't wait for Aliana to run on Saturday. And we are owed an earn out of that horse, and hopefully it comes this Saturday. And if it wins on Saturday, it'll probably shorten right up in the Cox Plate and the Caulfield Cup, and then he'll make his decision. But that's it for me. If you want to sign up, rookiemistakepod@gmail.com, 120 a month. You cannot go wrong. As I said, there's 4 spots there, and we will overcome, guys. It's like, to put in Chinese terms, it's like Chairman Mao Zedong and his long walk to freedom. This is our first step on the new platforms. Thanks for coming across, if you have, guys. If you found me here after following me on TikTok. Disappointing that we lost that. I'm pretty shattered about it, but look, we will bat on and we shall overcome. Rookie mistake out.